Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm bringing you guys another update on my portfolio. But this isn't exactly a portfolio update. This is based on a video that I made back in March on my £2,000 portfolio. Now my portfolio is on £4,100, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how much I got paid, because I got paid 14 times. So now I've been paid a lot more since March, and now the dividends that I get from every single stock is a lot more significant. And of course I've sold several stocks and bought several stocks since then, so I'm going to reveal exactly how much I got paid from all the different 14 payments. And without further ado, let's dive right into it. So now, taking a look at the portfolio, we can currently see that I am currently at £4,092. So of course I did say 4,100, but this is because earlier this week I was actually on 4,100. This week has been a bit of a crazy week, you can clearly see that's going up and down, but right now I'm practically on 4,100. I also have £50 to invest as well, so be sure to leave a comment down below if you do have any suggestions on what I should invest this £50 into. But overall my portfolio is actually looking pretty good. You can see a lot of greens and a few reds, but mostly greens, and I do currently have 28 investments. So this is actually significantly lower from what I used to have when I did record this video back in March. I think I did have about 33 to 35 stocks back in March, and of course I have reduced this as much as I can, simply because it does make it way easier to manage these stocks and to just keep up on research and everything like that. And my top allocations at the moment is currently AbbVie, 3M, Realty Income, Kimberly-Clark, Duke Energy, Intel, Johnson & Johnson. So that you can actually see that the top stocks right now are pretty close. The spread between the least, which is currently Portland Electric, is at 1.7%, and the highest being AbbVie at pretty much 6%. So this isn't actually too bad. I do actually want to reduce the number of investments I have again even smaller, to about 25. I just don't know what stocks to get rid of yet. But moving on to the dividends, which you guys are actually here to see, you do want to ignore the top 4, simply because I did receive 3 dividends yesterday and I did receive 1 the day before, but these are all in the month of October, and we're going to ignore those. We're going to actually focus on the ones in September, because this is when I actually received 14 different payments. So starting with Guild, we can currently see that I did get paid 91 pence. So before you do click off the video, because 91p are not like £10,000, trust me, this 91 pence is very, very significant. When you add up all of these dividends income from all these different stocks, it did actually add up to something quite significant. It does pay off bills, as I usually say, and it does actually help. One thing to also note is that now I'm actually getting taxed on these dividends, so you can currently see that I have a tax rate of 15% on the dividend payments that I do get. So the overall payment that I actually get ends up being 91p, which isn't too bad. Guild is actually a healthcare stock, and I usually like the healthcare stock simply because these kind of stocks can actually go very, very far, because healthcare is something that has a lot of longevity to it. So it's a very safe stock to invest into. The dividend safety score is also at 70. Of course, this is speculation, so don't completely invest into stocks just based on this dividend safety score, but it is something to go off by, just to know that what you're investing in is pretty safe. But this is what works for me, and this is a healthcare stock that currently paid 91p in the month of September. Now moving on to the 21st of September, I got paid from Duke Energy and Pemba, and I received £1.23 from Duke and 51 pence from Pemba. Duke Energy has a dividend yield of 3.93%, which is really, really good. I mean, that is exactly why I'm being paid £1.23, because I do try to keep my investments between that 3% to about 5%. And we can also see that Duke is on the expensive end of the spectrum. I do have 3 shares of Duke at the moment, which is at £221. So Duke was one that caught my eyes, and I thought, yeah, this is going to be a very, very good stock. It's a safe one. It's in the energy sector, and everything about it seems pretty solid for me to go into that energy sector to diversify. Pemba did pay me a lot less, but you can also see right here that I didn't get taxed from Pemba. I'm guessing that is because the dividend isn't significant enough. I'm not actually too sure to why I didn't get taxed on the dividend payments on Pemba, but I'm not complaining. Every time I can avoid tax, I'll happily take it. Now on the 20th of September, I now got paid for Main Street Capital and Consolidated Edison. So Main Street Capital isn't actually in my portfolio anymore, so I did sell Main Street Capital. This is because it isn't the safest in terms of all the other stocks I have in my portfolio. That's one. Secondly, it does pay monthly, but I'm making Realty Income my main monthly stock, so I decided to put all my money into Realty Income instead, rather than having Main Street Capital. And the money from Main, I did decide to put that into somewhere else. So Main wasn't really a bad stock or anything for me. I just believe it would be much easier to shrink my portfolio down a bit more, so I decided to get rid of Main Street Capital. And Consolidated Edison did pay me 88 pence, so of course this is now adding up again. So at the end of all of this, I will actually show you guys a total that I did get paid, but for now we can see that Consolidated Edison did pay me 88 pence. Now Realty Income which is one of my favorite stocks to invest into, all-time favorite, simply because I love receiving monthly payments. It's just very motivating. So this is one reason to why I even started investing, simply because when you continue to see that monthly dividends come in, it's a slight boost. It's something that at least motivates you to continue putting more money, no matter how small it is. I'm a person where even if I'm receiving 20 pence, I value it just as much as receiving £1 or £2 or £3, because I know at the end of the day, that is money I didn't work for. That is free money, and free money always goes far when you can make that money work for you to make even more money. But now the next payments are from Exxon Mobil, Walgreen Boots and Chevron. So I did receive £1.63 from Exxon, 60 pence from Walgreen Boots and £1.66 from Chevron. Now when it comes to Exxon, I've invested in Exxon for a very long time. I've invested into Exxon from when no one believed in Exxon Mobil. Everyone says it's gonna die out. Exxon was really in a bad state pretty much. That's when I invested into Exxon. I think it was around this region here when it was really low, in the 40s, 30s I believe it was. But right now we can see that Exxon is currently trading for $61. So that is definitely a dub. I do have a £33, gain on Exxon, meaning that I actually have £100 invested, but the rest is practically just profit. Exxon's dividend yield is also quite decent, and Exxon is just a really good stock for me. I mean, that's just me personally. I just like Exxon. I don't feel threatened. I don't feel like Exxon's gonna go anywhere anytime soon, although they are in the oil business and energy kind of sector, so that's why some people don't really have faith in the oil stuff. But personally, I do believe, although things are going electric, Exxon is going to be a safe one that will still be going for quite some time. Now Chevron is also one that's pretty similar to Exxon. It's kind of in the same boat, so I'm leaving both of them. They both paid very good dividends. I think this is probably one of the highest dividends I got paid in the month of September, actually. £1.66. That is a lot compared to how much I used to get paid. Like, if we were to quickly take a look at how much I used to get paid back in, let's say back in May or even April, you can see that I was getting paid 46 pence, 36, 19, 21, like 65 pence, 21p. And even if we're going back even further than that, then we can see I'm getting paid 1p, 2 pence, 14 pence, and 6, 1s, 3. Like, the portfolio has grown. You can clearly see right here that we have actually gotten very far in terms of how much we're getting paid. And now, after reinvesting all of these dividends back, we are actually getting a very nice compound interest, and everything is going according to plan. But now, just to rush through the rest so I don't waste you guys' time, now I also got paid £1 from 3M. 3M is also one of the stocks that I really like. They are part of, the dividend kings. They're out there. They've been paying dividends for a very long time. And of course, those who've been watching the channel would know that 3M for me is almost like a small ETF on its own. It's a company that does a lot of things. They are involved in many sectors. So investing into 3M for me, it's just extremely safe, and I'm just trying to make sure I increase 3M even more. It's going to be a stock that I'm going to continue to invest into every month, or whenever I can, really. On the 9th, Pfizer did pay me 75 pence, and of course I invested into Pfizer when they actually brought the cure and things along that line, so it was pretty safe when I invested into Pfizer. Pfizer is also doing pretty good. I'm up on Pfizer by 13.94%, and I do have 3 shares in Pfizer at the moment. Pfizer is doing pretty good for me. I mean, I'm not selling them anytime soon. I'm going to probably leave Pfizer because they're also part of the health sector, and of course health sectors can actually really go far. And next we have Johnson & Johnson, which is extremely safe. So I really like Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson I invested into specifically just because of its dividend safety. Johnson & Johnson is a stock that's been paying dividends for as long as I can remember. They've been growing their dividends. Their dividend streak is insanely high. I think they have like a streak of about 58 years of just growing their dividends, paying dividends out. The dividends never tank, so it's a very safe stock. No matter what happens in the economy, if things crash, Johnson & Johnson continues the payout and increase their dividends. So Johnson & Johnson is one that I'm always going to keep. They're a lot more expensive in terms of how much one share does cost, but it's very safe. Although the dividend yield is also low, again, it's extremely safe. And now for the last two, Enbridge and Intel. So Enbridge paid me £1.23 and Intel paid me 86 pence. So these are the final two. That is now a total of 14 different stocks that did pay me, and all of this does add up to £13.27. So £13.27 is actually huge. When I think about it, my phone bill is about £8 and my Apple Music bill is about £5. So that alone has been covered in the month of September just by passive income alone. So this is the point I've been waiting to get to since I started investing into dividends. The key thing is that this is passive income. This is money I haven't worked for. And when I then add this £13 onto my other passive incomes I'm getting from other things that I do, then this money starts becoming really, really huge. And this is money I can then reinvest or use to pay bills off or just do anything with. This is why I always recommend people to get into dividend investing, or just invest your money into something that can make you money back rather than leaving it in the bank, because the bank interest rate is really, really bad, and you want to put your money into something else that help you to keep up with inflation. And now just to quickly show you guys on my dividends tracker, we can currently see that I even have more dividends to come now this month. I have been paid a few times already in the month of October, but I do have a few dividend payments to come. You can see right here in the next 8 days, you know, 8 days, I'm gonna get paid a lot on the 8th day. So literally a lot more dividend payments to come. And if we do look at the year of 2021, my average monthly payment is at £9.20, and in 2022 that is going to go up to £13.47. So that's going to be 44 pence every single day. Again, this isn't a lot, but this is something to, you know, at least be happy about. But this value is also going to go up way before then, simply because I'm going to invest even more, as much as I can, before the year 2022. I aim to at least get to 4,500 hopefully, and if we can even get higher than that somehow in the next 2 months, then that would be amazing. But hey, that's all for me. Do drop that like if you have enjoyed the video, and if you have missed the last video that I uploaded, then be sure to click on that video just right here. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.